You've learned how to write a ratio and you've learned how to scale up and down using equivalent fractions. Today I'm going to show you 4 different ways to scale up using ratio diagrams. The first way that you are familiar with, which is equivalent fractions. And the second way, I'm going to go ahead and make sure we put scale up. We're going to be multiplying on all of these examples. So we have equivalent fractions, we have tape diagram, we have a triple line, and a table. Make sure to have the note page inside your math packet that has the 4 ratio diagrams printed on there so that you can follow along. If you don't have it, please pause it now and get to it. Now in this question, we have 2 different ways of asking the question. They're showing us pictures of how many pizzas and how many sodas we have, and then it's giving us a word problem, and it says, how many pizzas if there are 24 sodas? So here's my question, how many pizzas are there? And it is also telling us that we have 24 sodas. Well, I'm going to go ahead and write my first fraction, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 pizzas to 1, 2, 3, 3 sodas. Now my question tells me that I have 24 sodas here. So since I put sodas on bottom, I have to put sodas on bottom here as well. So 24 sodas. Now I know that I'm scaling up because I'm going from 3 sodas to 24. I'm increasing the amount. And this is where I have to ask myself, 3 times what gives me 24? That's right, 3 times 8 equals 24. So whatever I do to the bottom, I must do to the top. So since I multiplied the bottom by 8, I must multiply the top by 8. 4 times 8 equals 32 pizzas. That was my missing number, my 32 pizzas. So if I have 4 pizzas and 3 sodas, I want to know how many pizzas are there if we had 24 sodas. And we know that we have it by 32. I'm going to take this same problem and show you 3 different ways to set it up as well, aside from equivalent fractions. One way is a tape diagram. And this is important that we keep our squares even, and I will show you what I mean. So I'm going to label them again, and I'm going to say pizza. Actually, I'm going to put soda first. Soda, and I have 3 sodas, so I'm going to make 3 boxes. 1, 2, 3. Then I have 4 pizzas, so I'm going to label pizza, and I'm going to make 4 boxes, but I have to make sure they're even. So I've got 1, 2, 3, and a 4th one over here, as even as possible, that they line up just like they did. And then where I put my other number that I have is this 24 soda. So I'm going to go to my soda area, and I see these 3 boxes have to equal 24 because it's saying we have 24 sodas, and I know that this is my soda. So this is where I say 3 times what gives me 24, or I can divide 24 divided by 3, which gives me 8. Now I know that each box is worth 8. And if these top boxes are worth 8, that means the bottom boxes are also worth 8. So I'm going to put 8 in all of the boxes. Now I can find out how many pizzas. Because I can say, well, I have 4 to start with. I'm multiplying times 8, which gives me 32 pizzas. Next, we have a triple line. On the triple line, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go ahead and label. I'm going to put soda. I'm going to put pizza. And I'm going to put total, because you never know when they're going to ask us about total food items or total of something. So I've got soda here, pizza, and total. So here I'm going to say I've got 3 sodas. And then my thing is telling me I have 24 sodas. So I'm trying to get from 3 to 24, but I have to fill out the rest. I have 4 pizzas, so I put my original ratio here, 3 to 4. And here, the total, I'm going to put the total amount of food items. So I'm going to put 7. And I do the same thing. How do I get from 3 to 24? 3 times what equals 24? 3 times 8. And whatever I do to one line, I have to do to the other. So 3 times 8, or 4 times 8. 4 times 8 is 32. Now let's say they asked us about total food items. Then I can also do the same thing here, times 8 to keep the same ratio. 7 times 8 is 56. And you can see that if you were to add up, 24 plus 32 does equal 56. Or you can see with the original ratio, 3 plus 4 does equal 7. Next, I can do a table. Soda, pizza. And I do it like a T-graph. And I just put 1 on each side. I put the numbers that I'm given. I've got 3 sodas. And I have 4 pizzas. The other number it gives me is 24 sodas. Because it says soda, I have to stay under the soda part. So I have to do the same process. How do I get from 3 to 24? I say 3 times what gives me 24? 3 times 8 gives me 24. And whatever I do to one side, I must do to the other side. So 4 times 8 gives me 32. You can do this the same thing if we were to scale down, but instead of multiplying each time, you would be dividing to scale down. On the back side of your paper, I want you to try the second question. Here's the information. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 hot dogs to 9 hamburgers. How many hot dogs if there were 3 hamburgers? Try using equivalence fractions and scaling down by using division. So please do equivalent fraction. Tape diagram. Triple line. And a table. Thank you so much. Have a great day.